Hi everybody, it's Ruth here, artfulstampin.co.uk. We're going to be doing a one-sheet wonder, stamped one-sheet wonder, DIY, stamp it yourself, scrapbook paper, background, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to be using Blossoms in Bloom and Dragonfly Garden. Now, are you saying to me, I've never seen this stamp set before, Ruth? Dragonfly Garden, what's all this? What's going on? It's not in the catalogue? You'd be right. You'd be absolutely right. It is not in any current catalogue because it's not available to the public yet. It should be available in January. It's a super duper early sneak peek of a stamp set that's going to be available in January. So we're going to use it. I'm going to see what we can make from it, and yes, we're going to have a quick play with it. Also going to use the beautiful Blossoms in Bloom. Just grabbing up my channel so I can see all you lovely people who are coming in on the live. Hello to everybody who's watching on the replay. Always great to have your company, and always lovely to read your comments as well afterwards. I always do appreciate seeing who's watched the replay and what you guys have thought of what I've made. So the other thing I'm going to be doing today is I'm probably just going to do one sheet today. But I also have this card sketch. Now, it's a sketch that was shared with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators in the UK today. And I shared it with my teamies this morning, or this afternoon. And some of them have been making cards with this sketch. And I thought it would be nice to share it with you guys. And then if you want to have a go at it, you can. So let's just talk through the anatomy of this sketch. Now, if you want to adapt it to a slightly different shaped card, you can do that. But at the moment, it is obviously a rectangle. So that's, you know, any card, you know, typical card shape is fine, whether you're in the States or in UK or Australia or wherever. I know that our card sizes tend to be slightly longer, and the US ones tend to be a little bit shorter and wider. It doesn't really matter. So then the other aspect to it is these kind of borders, these side borders, which I would say are about, if you about just under a quarter of the card there, then a large circle, and then two smaller circles just off to the side. Now the great thing about a sketch is that you can turn it. You can fiddle around with it. You can turn it and make it however you want it to be. So I'm going to stamp something and then have a play around and possibly even bring some dragonflies on. The other thing about a sketch is just because these are circles, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be circles. You can, you know, they could be something else. Something else could represent them. All right. Okay, so I've just seen a question from Nydia. You're a demonstrator. Can you get that stamp set too? No, unfortunately you can't, Nydia, unless you signed up for OnStage. So every demonstrator, whether you do it because you absolutely love the products and you want to buy the products for yourself, or if you want to share them with other people, all demonstrators have the opportunity to sign up to OnStage at Home, which is going to be happening in a week's time. Super excited. I had my swag bag arrive today. If you didn't see that earlier video, that is what that is of. And anyone who's attending that event could then purchase that. Sorry, let me just read some comments. Hi, Evie Baby 53, Nydia, Glenna, Valerie. Who else is here? Navarana, Suzanne, Bonnie, Christine. Loanne Lindfors. Hello, Loanne. This is your first live. You're so welcome. Welcome. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Look, can you tell? I've already lost a stamp. I have no words. I have no words. I have looked everywhere for it. And it says you are an inspiration. And it's the sort of stamp I would use. And I have looked on my desk and looked and looked. I'm just even having another quick look now in case it's kind of slipped behind something, but it's just one of those things. I'm going to have to find it because it's fabulous. Oh, sorry, I'm Just wanted to see who else is coming in. Hi, Connie. They always turn up when they're not, I know. Wonder, don't even. Don't, I know. I even checked my bins. Yeah. Oh, don't. It's just so ridiculous. Right. Okay. So I'm going to use a big, lovely floral from Blossoms in Bloom, a leaf, and I probably am going to use this little central portion. I'm going to grab my mats because it's a photopolymer set, so just to make sure that the impression is good, I'm going to do that. I've already picked out a couple of colours, well, 4 colours actually. I've got Petal Pink, and which is a bit of a go-to with this stamp set. It just feels like a Petal Pink kind of stamp set, doesn't it? This lovely floral. So I'm just quickly going to get that down, and I'm going to go for an all-over design that would be useful for a cutting up and making into a card. And I am going to do second generation, but it doesn't mean that those are my focal points. I should have flipped this over. When you're inking up a big stamp like this, it makes sense to actually turn the stamp over and apply the ink to the stamp rather than the stamp to the ink, because an ink pad is lighter than a massive block. Just saying. Less likely to get repetitive strain injury. We don't want that, do we, in our craft rooms, do we? Oh, don't push down hard enough on that one. You know what, let's just do that. Okay, so welcome everybody who's coming in on the live. I know a few of you are still arriving in. Do say hello. Particular welcome to those of you who are catching me live for the first time. Also, just a quick reminder for those of you who haven't subscribed yet. I know some of you are still lurking. You're in the background. You do come and watch me, but you don't get that notification because you haven't hit the subscribe. So if you'd like to be notified, please subscribe and hit that bell button. What happened there? Did I forget to ink that portion? Oh, it was the bit that... no, it was from that bit there. Okay. Ruth, I was about to watch Netflix thinking you weren't coming on. Ah. It's Netflix or Ruth. Netflix or Ruth. Okay, I can see I've got a little blue mark there, and that's because it's picked up the ink from the mat. I should have cleaned my mat before I used it. Just keeping it real, letting you know I'm making boo-boos along the way. Just going to cover that bit there as well. Okay. I think I might just use the smaller ones to fill in a minute. The mat is hard to clean. Oh, I haven't found it hard to clean. I find them quite easy to clean. You just need quite a damp cloth. These are not that damp. Let me see if I can dampen it a bit. You literally just get it a bit moist and then just do that. Oh, sorry, it's an awful squeak. Oh my goodness. Hold your ears, everybody. Look, it does come off. But yeah, it's a terrible squeak. I'm going to turn it over. Anyway, you get my drift. It can be done. Okay, so now I've got soft seafoam, which is a lovely pale green. I'm hoping you guys can see this on here. And I'm kind of just aiming for the gaps and filling gaps there. I'm trying to be as quick as I can because I want to stamp that lovely detailed flower from that Dragonfly stamp set. Hi Deborah, what's going on here? What's going on here? We're creating a bit of a washy background to then stamp some really nice detail over the top of it. So that's what we're doing. And I don't really want this background to be any darker than what's already here. So, like, normally I would perhaps do these flower centres in a dark colour, but because I don't want to go darker, I'm just going to use this exactly the same colour as the flowers, which is this lovely pale pink. And I need to slow down because I'm not being accurate. There we go. Get in there. Oh, no. Okay. You can take more care over it than I am. Right, so this is the background to the background, because this is what we want to stamp. Oh, got it out already. So let's have a think how I'm going to do this. I think if I just keep coming in from the edges on this one, we'll see where it takes us. So I've got Calypso Coral here. Just going to make sure this is the first time I've inked this up. See what happens. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Hi, Levine. Ooh. Do you do that with a new stamp set? You always excited with a new stamp? I am. I think it's always special because when we get a new stamp set, usually we may have picked it from a catalogue. And in the catalogue, all the imagery, like the stock imagery, is grey. And then when you get the stamp set, you know, the imagery is in black on the cover. And the beautiful thing about stamping it then in the colour you've chosen is that it just looks really different then, because it's in a colour. So it just, yeah, changes the whole look of it. Just makes it look gorgeous. Well, this one is very detailed. It is super duper pretty. Yeah. So this is a special stamp set that is only available to people who are going to On Stage. It was a little perk that you could order this kit, this bundle of products. Okay, so now I'm thinking these little flowers, I might just have a few of these. So our on-stage event starts next Thursday evening. So I'm going to be sat glued to a screen somewhere watching. I have so many new stamp sets, but I had time to... Oh no! Oh yes, you've been back at work, haven't you, Amanda? How's work going? Hi, Kay. The Dragonfly in Vellum. Oh yes, that would be lovely, Deborah. Have you been watching Ellen again? Okay, I'm going to stop it there for that one. Now, I'm wondering whether just to stamp some dragonflies, but actually keep it in this colour. Just keep it very muted. And I'm not going to have them going in any particular direction because I don't know how I'm going to be cutting this up. So I'm just going to fit them where I think they'll look nice. Yeah, so this is a stamp set that's going to be available publicly in January. It's going to be available to demonstrators in December. But I've been able to get it even earlier because I'm going to be attending the on stage as a special Stampin' Up organised event for demonstrators. And because I booked onto it, I got to order this ahead of time. So I probably won't use it too much after tonight because I don't like to kind of be too, what's the word, in your face about products that I can get that you can't get. But, you know, I like to share the excitement. So I try and balance how much I share this sort of stuff and then give you a bit of a sneak preview, and then we'll go back into using what's available. And then, you know, yeah, I'll give you a measurement of the dragonfly and everything in a minute. I'll use the punch to show you what it looks like, and then just give you an idea. Okay, so this is like a lovely little cluster, and I don't, looking at them, I don't think they're dragonflies. I think they look more like butterflies to me. So, but they're winged things. They could be bugs, I guess. But I'm just kind of going in and filling. And as I said, I'm not kind of thinking of any particular direction. I'm kind of mixing the direction up a bit, which is a bit unusual for me. Usually I like things to go in a certain direction, but there we go. Right. You dream in vellum, Deborah. I love that. Kathy's got hers, but oh, guess what you're drinking? Ovaltine? Could it be? Could it be Ovaltine? I was using Calypso Coral, Sheila. Right. Now the other stamp that comes in this is this lovely sort of splodgy one here. And I think it was designed to fill in the wings. So it's kind of a rough filling in. It's not meant to do it exactly. It's just like they're fluttering, and you know, you catch a glimpse of the colour of their wings as they're flying. So, oh, Bailey's, very nice. Well, I had a sneaky little bit of red wine earlier. I don't know if you guys, some of you have seen The Adventures of Donovan. My husband has been creating these children's videos, and they're on our church YouTube channel, and we were they're sequence of photographs, they're not filmed, and we were having to have lots of props and things for they're like the final episodes he's coming into now, and we needed some wine for one, so we had to open the red wine. Just, you know, had to be done. So there we go. Right, so that little bit of green has just added a nice little bit of extra soft sea foam in there. So let's cut this up now and figure out what we're going to do with it. Hi, Serene. Ah, thank you, Pamela. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. And I'm just going to cut it that bit off there. So we're going to make 4 cards in one go. And I've said this before, that if you're going to be making cards and everything's out, you may as well make a few in one go rather than just make one and then put everything away. Because I think one of the most frustrating things as crafters is the whole having to pack things away and tidy up afterwards. So if we can cut down on that, the better, really. So why not, while you've got the different, you know, the coordinating pieces of cardstock, the colours, the stamps, the punches, you know, make a few. And they don't all have to be the same. They can be slightly different. But you can make a variation on a theme, you know. So Deborah Mitchum, says, I adore Donovan. Oh, good. You're not the only one. He has a few fans, you know. And I'm wondering whether he talked about Actually, the other Sunday, he talked about starting an Etsy shop, and I thought maybe Donovan should start a little Etsy shop. He could have, like, sell his little T-shirts, couldn't he? Anyway. Okay, so I did have some scrap card on my desk. Oh, maybe I don't. I do have these pieces, though. Right. So, I also grabbed out some Calypso Coral. Oh, I've also got some Pear Pizzazz here as well, if needs be, to cut now the big circle in my sketch, which I've lost. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here, we're just going to use a sketch now. So I grabbed out my 2-inch punch and my 2¼ inch punch, and I think it'd be nice to stamp the sentiment. Oh, Bonnie, that's frustrating. Oh, that is frustrating. You know what you can do in the interim is, if you haven't got your score, if you've lost your score blade, just get your score tool. Just use that. Use the smaller end of the score tool and just do that. Oh, I feel your pain. I do. That is frustrating. Hello, Janice. Right, let's get this stamped. May good things grow all year long. Okay, can someone tell me, for what occasion would one give that sentiment? I'm not being funny, but I just don't quite get it. I don't get it. I mean, is it the sort of sentiment you give a gardener? Because if it is, I could give a card to my dad that says this. Hi, Nessa. Lol, says Levine. Do you understand me? Do you get me? Because I don't get it. Encouragement, school, gardener. May good things grow all year long. I don't know. Are there any gardeners watching? Would you like a card that said that? Yeah, maybe glamour. No, it seriously is a genuine question, because I read that sentiment and I was just like, okay, it's a nice thing to say, but blow me if I know who I'd give it to. As my father would say, blow me. Any other Brits say that? Well, blow me. Where's my sister? She'll testify for that. Maybe with a family tree motif? May good things grow all year round. What? May your children grow all year round. You know what? If you've ever had children, you know that they grow all year round. They grow and they eat and they grow and they eat. Junk journaling. Ah, Sheila Beaumont never uses her score blade. She uses the stylus. She's taken hers off. Okay, so couldn't resist this lovely punch. I think it's called. Is it called the story? Is it called the story label punch? I can't remember what it's called. It's very cute. It does need a little bit of edging on it though. So I'm going to grab a sponge. Nice bit of sponge. A nature journal. May the goodness grow in your goodness of God. Yeah, that's a good interpretation, Vicky, but that's not what it says. You'd have to kind of like put it on the card and then explain it on the inside, wouldn't you? Dear Vicky, just writing to explain the sentiment on the front of the card. There we go. That's going to show up a bit better now, isn't it? Oops, there we go. Martina, lovely to see you. Are you having a bit of a break from your renovations? Gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. See, everyone's missed Martina. Better, says Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie's there cheering me on. Okay, so because of the way I stamped those plants, some of these feel like they should be certain directions. So this one, because it's got those coming up there, it feels like that should be there. And that one too. So that's why I put those two portrait. Then that feels it should be landscape because it's got the predominant section of plants going there upwards. And that one there. So if we're going to bring this sketch back on, just have a look at this. So I could do one like that. So I could have one there. Then maybe I like that big dragonfly there, so I don't want to cover him up, so I'm going to pop that there. Then on these ones, oh, you finished just, oh, fantastic. Oh, good. Can't wait to see it. Pop that one. Try to do that one there. Maybe do that one there. Okay, so the other element to this sketch are these two pieces here. Now, I was thinking of using a dragonfly. I might just use the two small ones. So, if I, oh no, I haven't got a stamp for the little dragonfly, but I could. Okay, I'm going to stamp the big one. I'm going to stamp the other big one, rather. Just take off that carefully. See what a big one would look like. I'll try it and see. Yeah, they're these sort of like eggy makeup ones. Yeah, they're quite cool. You do get quite a solid amount of colour on. Yeah, they're different to the Stampin' Up ones. I suppose you just get used to how they work. Oh, you know what? I'd love to, Janice. Actually, we could probably go there now. Are we? I mean, I can't because I'm in lockdown. But after lockdown, there wasn't any travel restrictions between UK and Germany, were there? Uh-oh, you won't give that sentiment to someone with a certain disease, will you? Well, we were just discussing it. Were you here for the discussion about who you would give this card to, Martina, or did you just join? We've just been discussing that because I was saying, who would we give this card to? I'm going to send it to you now because you've got a garden. I know. I've got a punch, Deborah. That's not going to fit on that one. Okay, let's try this one. I don't want to hide the sentiment. Okay, I think I can just about get away with it on that one. You're not supposed to travel outside your health board area. Ah, okay, so you can't go just yet. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do it with those ones. I'm wondering if something different. So maybe a couple of little flowers instead. What's that, Martina? Oh, you're going to have lockdown again as well. Yes, because France has just gone into lockdown again as well. Oh, just dropped one. Okay, I'll just punch another one. I can't reach under there. Oh, and some gems. I'm going to use the little leaf punch and not waste these little bits here. Right, so I'm going to use the other side of my sponge. I'm just going to get a bit of that green because these need a bit of love, don't they? These dragonflies. So just being very gentle, just kind of going from the edge in. Just to give that a bit of colour. Now you could put a little bit of Winker Stella on these wings. That would really bling them up a bit. Now, if you don't want them to fold on you, because these are folding up as I'm holding them, you can just put it on straight onto your scrap paper and just do it like that. And then I feel like just doing it a bit on the edges of these wings as well. That itty bitty dragonfly is cute, isn't it? Who said that? Glenna. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, Sandra, we'll have another on November 2nd. Okay. Where are you, Sandra? Welcome, by the way. I don't know if I've seen you on my live before. Thank you for coming in. Please say hi if you're in the background and not said hello before. It's always nice to welcome people, wherever you're from. So is that the whole of Germany? It's not just a kind of a county type thing? Because in the UK we've got certain regions that have done it, and then we've got, you know, Wales is obviously a different, separate country. Well, it's a country in the UK, and so we've had a Welsh lockdown we're having that for 17 days, and then Scotland have got their own restrictions, and then parts of England have got their own restrictions, so it's sometimes it's a bit hard to catch up on what everyone's doing. Oh, thank you, Carrie Stamps. Very sweet of you to say. Well, I hope that by having these videos, whether you're a beginner stamper or a seasoned crafter, I sort of demystify the process a bit for you, so that you can see how achievable it is at home. And I know sometimes I do use a lot of stamps, but occasionally I do videos where I maybe just use 1 or 2 sets just to show you that you can make some lovely cards. And if you don't have all the punches, it's fine. You can just swap them out for what you have at home, or even just cut out circles. So please don't ever feel, you know, you can't make beautiful things because you don't have everything that I have. You can swap things out and beg, borrow, steal from your friends, you know. But of course, if you do want to purchase any of the products that I'm selling, if you're in the UK, Germany, France, Austria or Holland, you can actually purchase them directly through my online shop and get it sent directly to you. So if you ever do that, please remember to go and grab the host code. And if you don't know what it is, just message me. I'm happy to tell you what it is. And if you shop with me and use my host code, then you get an additional voucher. You get a thank you card for shopping with me, and you get a voucher that you can redeem through me. You can't redeem it through Stampin' Up, you redeem it through me. And if you're going to place a big order, then it's worth considering actually just signing up yourself if you're going to be making quite a few purchases. And if you are just making a one-off kind of biggish order, then don't use the host code, and Stampin' Up will actually give you some little freebies immediately to spend. Right, I think a little dragonfly just sitting on top of there would look cute, wouldn't it? Although I think in a paler green it might look a bit better. So I'm just going to grab some little scraps of... Oh, where's my scraps of soft seafoam gone? Oh, bear with. Usually I'm good, I put them all back in my drawer. Oh, that's a bit unusual. I might just have to cut it out with some silver. Ooh, or gold. I'll get gold here. Hold on. Need a bigger bit. Oh, this is a champagne gold. Oh, I don't know if this is available anymore actually, guys. Sorry. There's definitely some glimmer available at the moment. But I know that some of you seasoned crafters, you'll have a piece of glimmer paper lurking somewhere. Come on, I know you will. Right, let's get these stuck down. Move some punches out of the way. I'm cluttering up the place. Played with my tulip stamps this morning just for a change. What, you played with the stamps, or you played with the tulip stamps, or you played? What was the change, Vanessa? You play quite a lot. I love how pretty it is to lay up all the stamp sets together. Oh, thank you. I would never come up with it. Oh, you have a go. You go for it, girl. Have a go. See what you can come up with. Right, now I need to decide which bit am I going to cover up. Oh, Liberace. Oh, rainbow glitter. Oh, yes, the rainbow glimmer paper. Have I got that? I don't think I've got that yet. Ooh, might need to go on my next order. I am putting an order in at the end of the month, actually. So, made a card with tulip stamps and punch in a digital background. Ooh! Have you shared that yet, Vanessa? So, on Artful Stampin Space, if you've been inspired by what you've seen tonight, please do share your video. I will take a photo of the sketch as well and pop that on there so that you can... I'll put it below the video link. The link to this video. I'm trying to get in the habit of taking photos of things that I've made on the video and putting photos of them underneath the video, because apparently you guys like to see See what I've done. Oh, and then also, after last night's video, I made another box. Says she looking for it somewhere here in the room. So, oh yes, please do. Hi, Carrie. Is Carrie asking about this video? Sorry, this stamp set. No, it's not available until January for customers. But if you're a demonstrator, it'll be available on the pre-order, which will be December. But if you're going to Onstage, which is the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator event, online event, then you will have the opportunity to purchase it now. So you can still order it. I think. I might have to check that, but I thought it was still available to order. Oh, what's Deborah said that's funny? I missed that. Oh, Liberace, yeah. Just making the wings go up a little bit. I know there are some platforms that do live, where you can go live, where if you tap on the screen you can make little hearts come up, but you can't do it on YouTube, unfortunately. You can send me real money. Did you know you could do that on YouTube? You can super chat me, but you can't send me little hearts on the screen. There we go. Maybe on the next update, YouTube. Are you hearing me? We want some interaction. You can send sort of funny stickers and things, but you have to pay for them. Oh, lovely, Martina. Where did you find those? I find it actually quite rare to see dragonflies. I remember walking down the street maybe a couple of years ago in Welshpool, and this massive dragonfly just sort of kind of flew in front of me and then flew off. And it's kind of, it was an area that's sort of near to a canal. And sometimes when walking along the canal you may see one, but it's really, yeah, maybe I should go for more walks. I'd see them more often. So, hi Maya. Oh, so ponds are the place to go for them, obviously. No, the Dragonfly Punch is going to be available in January, Nessa. Yep. Oh, I'm just going to move that down a little bit because I'm not going to fit that dragonfly in if I stick that there. Just going to move him down a bit. Yeah, so the colours I've used tonight are Calypso Coral for the line outlines, Petal Pink for the background flowers, Soft Sea Foam for the background leaves and some of the filling in of the dragonflies, and Pear Pizzazz. Right, this one I think I'm going to stick on top of that green one. So you get this lovely kind of double layer effect. Just going to hold him down for a little while. Okay, then bring this one on. So what's the time? So we're 45 minutes and we've nearly finished making 4 cards. That's pretty good going, isn't it? And they're all super pretty. I'm just going to make sure I can fit that dragonfly on there. Ooh, might need to lower that a little bit. Okay. Hi, Christine. What's that? I love the glittery one. Oh, yeah. Might just have to cut another little glittery one, I think, for this one. May good things grow all year long. Okay, for those of you who are just joining the live, we've had this discussion about for what occasion would you give this sentiment? May good things grow all year long. I'm thinking a gardener. I'm going to stick with that idea. Okay. Now I just so happen to have Winker Stella right next to me. Pregnancy? Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, you can use the Blossoms in Bloom. Just use a different sketch-like stamp. Painted Poppies would be a good one. That's got some really nice flowers in it. Some sketched flowers. Hold on, let me just grab it and show you. Painted Poppies. Look at this one here. And it's got this. So same technique, probably, you know, it's obviously not going to look the same, but you've got these, and then you've got the flowers, and then you could use a butterfly from maybe Butterfly Gala. So yeah, don't go, oh no, I can't make it, therefore I'm not going to have a go. Just use something else. A farmer's birthday. You wish there was a stamp for the little dragonfly. Yeah, I kind of thought that too, but I think I'll survive. Oh, I'm just painting his body in. Sometimes with Winker Stella, I'm tempted just to kind of not be too careful with it, because I think, oh, what's the point? It's only something glittery. But sometimes it is worth just staying in the lines, because then there's a better definition of the image. Don't know if you can see that. Right, we need some gems, don't we, for the centre of these flowers. I might have to just use some retired things, but I'll have a look and see what I've got here. Not quite the right colour. It's kind of like a green colour crystal, and then we have these really cool white ones. Or sort of like, they look like little raindrops. That is quite sweet actually, I quite like that. I might give that a go. And just took a tiny little bit of glue, then use my pick tool, pop it down like that. Ta-da! Oh no, this one, I've gone and stuck a dragonfly right over the middle of that one. I might just see if I can squeeze something tiny in there. I think there might be some smaller ones. Oh yeah, there are some really tiny ones. Who's... Hi Ali, nice to see you. Oh, thanks, Carrie. How long have you been following me for? Oh, now these ones. Shall we put some down the middle of this dragonfly? I'm a bit of a sucker for doing that. I love doing like 3 in a row. So I'm concentrating, my head's down. Oh, look at that. Now you can sort of mix it up a bit. So like with this one, I could just put a big one on the head. Or I could just do a whole row. Oh. Just a couple of weeks. Oh, well, you're super welcome, and I hope that you find a really fun crafting community amongst us. I have a Facebook group, so if you want to share anything that you've made... Actually, have you already? Have I seen your name pop up before? Or is that somebody else? I'm just trying to... Because I try and take note of who's sharing on that group, but sometimes I don't always remember. So if you're not on Artful Stampin Space, so this goes for anybody who's watching, you can join in the fun over there. So it's not a... there is a chat area if you want to just say hi. If you want to, as soon as you join the group and you want to say hi to everybody, find the October or whatever month it is chat area and say hi in there, because I'd like to tidy up the board from time to time. So if you just say hi, then eventually it gets deleted. But I don't delete anything that is basically sharing a picture. If you share a picture of something you've made, it stays. And also I ask that nobody posts any links either. If you've got something interesting that you want to share, then can you please send it to me first, and I'll decide whether or not to share it, because it is my kind of like... What's the word I want? It's kind of it's a business sort of page as well as a community page, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've just alternated big, small, all the way down. And this piggy tool does make it a bit easier. I'm just sort of searching for another little one. There we go. That worked really well. Like large, small, ending with a small one right at the end there. I'd like this as a hair clip. Yeah, I'm in the UK. Oh no, I'm in Wales, but Wales is in the UK. We have England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. The 4 principalities. So these little gems are available. They're in the... Oh, I think it's the 4C... That suite right at the beginning of the book. The annual catalogue. These are fabulous. Love them. Okay, so then the last thing we need to do is just decide what colour cardstock we're going to stick this onto. Usually it depends what I've got cut out already, to be quite honest with you. Well, I've got one pair pizzazz. There we go. That looks quite cute. My livelihood, thank you. That's the word I wanted. Well, it's kind of my place to grow a community around my business, so it's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, really, Vanessa. So Take care, Vanessa. Lovely to see you. Oh, Vanessa, I will message you in a second. I've got news for you. Right. Calypso Coral. No, I don't have it cut out, so we're going to have to go with Petal Pink. Martina says green. Are you approving of my colour choice there? I've just got a little bit of glue on there. So the this glue, the Tombow Mono Liquid Multi-Purpose Glue, it is good stuff. It's just if you do it somewhere where you don't want it, you need to let it dry and get one of these silicone rubbers and rub it off, because there's, I think, a little bit of silicone in these, or latex rather, or something, and it gets very sticky. So you do have to treat it with care. It's not like the old-fashioned copy decks where you can go and it will come off. Okay, I found another soft sea foam, so we're going to have to go with that because that's what's available in my little tub there. And I do quite like the contrast of the green, actually. It helps to make it show up a bit better. So, just trying to see if I've got a white, see what that would look like as well. Oh, I do have a white one. Okay, just to sort of show you. The other yes, Vanessa Australia is just waking up, so she's still here. Yeah, the white just makes it look really clean, which is nice. I don't know if I prefer that one on the white. Yeah, that's quite cute. Can you show what Calypso Coral would look like? I can. I just don't have that one cut out, but I've got a scrap piece here. There we go. What does that say, Deborah? Wedding-esque. Wedding-esque. Ah, I got you. Yes. Yeah, it would look lovely as a wedding card, wouldn't it? Yeah, Calypso Coral would look great too. Just happens that I don't have that cut out in my little box of cardstock right now, so. But yeah, use whatever tickles your fancy, as they say. Whatever grabs your bananas. I just made that up, guys. It just popped into my head and sounded so funny. You can also dab gluey spots with talc. You know what? That's the other thing. Yeah, if you've got a gooey spot, use your embossing buddy. That's what I've also done in the past. Because basically, that's what's in your embossing buddy. Glenna thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. It just popped into my head. Whatever peels your grapes. Whatever tickles your tangerines. Dear. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength, Deborah. Navarana, you had to go there, didn't you? I was being a good girl. Right, there we go. Just can't resist curling these dragonfly wings up. Aren't they lovely? Oh, now the other thing I did on a previous video was I was saying how I actually would prefer it if this cut went a little bit lower so that the wings could separate slightly. Now obviously, because there are technical what's the word I want? Technical limitations when you are creating a punch to cut out paper. There are, you know, there's a limit to what cutting mechanism you can put in there. So obviously, unless you were to make this shape out of a die, you couldn't get this a level of intricacy, so, which is fine, you know, I get that. So just letting you know that if you like a level of, I don't know, extra detail, I would actually just snip down those dragonflies and make them slightly more separate. That's just kind of my taste. Yes, that's right, Serene. They're a bit too solid otherwise, yes. And the actual stamp itself, the imagery itself, they are separate in the image. You know, they're more like what they are in real life. I guess they just had to go a bit more careful because look, you see the image, they're really separate when, you know, they actually the design is separate. But of course, if you're cutting out, then you have to go to that point there because you've got to have a border around it as well. But there we go. It's all right. We can work that one round. Now, if you're a bit like me and love the good old wink of Stella, we can do an additional little bit of sparkle and do some bashing of the pen and just get some extra little sparkles on there. A bit of fairy dust. So there we go. Oh, I was watching Sabrina Fair. Who's seen Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn and flip, what's his name? What's that actor from Casablanca? I was watching that the other day, and there's a song on that film about bananas. I've forgotten how it goes. It's a really jolly song. Anyway, if you've not seen Sabrina, I do recommend you see it. It's such a lovely, lovely film. Okay, I was going to show you the box, the additional box that I made. I was showing a friend today, actually, so it's got to be on my desk somewhere. Oh, that's really bizarre. Oh, there they are. Staring right at me. Okay, so last night... No, not Harrison Ford. That was in the remake. Was Harrison Ford in the remake? Yeah, no, I'm talking about the original Sabrina. Who was in Casablanca? Humphrey Bogart. Thank you. Him. Yes. Yes. Okay, so yesterday I made that one on the live, didn't I? Yeah. And then after the live, I thought I'd make it with the blue and then the yellow as the matting layer. And I just wanted to show you the difference. And then I just used the yellow just to make the insert again. But that's not so much of an issue. But this time I did it with the circle. So I just wanted to show you the difference, really, of the two. And there we go. So that's what I did. And I've been sorting through, and I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, I was sorting some papers out today, and yesterday, and I found some designs that I did when I was at university. Now, a couple of nights ago, I think someone did ask, and I forgot to reply to them. Bogut bananas. Someone asked me, had I done an art major? And technically, no, but I did study art up to A level, which is sort of the qualification you get when you're 18. But I did study theatre, film and television, and part of my course, my degree, I was able to choose some extra modules, and I did a bit of art history. But I also, throughout my degree, I tended to choose the more creative modules like set design and costume design. And I've just found a project I did where I created a set and costume design for Midsummer Night's Dream, and I found the mood boards and things and all the pictures and the sketches I did for Midsummer Night's Dream. And the reason why I'm going to share them with you, I would probably do it tomorrow at some point, is because I've, within all the information that I've put in there, there's a colour wheel and specific reasons why I've chosen colours for certain characters. Anyway, I thought you guys would find it absolutely fascinating because I thought it was really interesting having these discussions with you guys about colour and about colour wheels and colour theory. And I was doing it way back in the late 90s or mid 90s for my degree. So I thought it was an interesting circle of journey that I've been on in terms of my art and yeah, where I've come from, where I'm going. So there we go. Thank you, Pamela. Love the final results. Beautiful as usual. Thank you. Thank you, Kay. Are we all laughing at Martina? She says something else funny. Okay, I'm not even going to read those comments. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's quite a good one for watching the costumes. Yeah. There was a costume, there was a programme many years ago in the UK called The House of Elliot. Who remembers The House of Elliot? And they had a lot of 1920s stuff. Yeah. So. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you all. Thank you for joining me. I hope this has given you some inspiration. I will... Where's that sketch gone? Here. I will take a photo of this and pop that on the Artful Stampin' Space Facebook group. And if you're not on that, that's fine. Take a screenshot and you can use it to create your little sketches, your cards. And it's just a really good kind of like jumping point, really. Oh, you know what I've realised? I've completely ignored the bits on the side. Are you guys not like yelling at me? I'm just going to do some with Castella like that. Okay, I'm just going to do it on one of them. I can't believe after all that I've been like so focused on the circles that I've actually forgotten to do the stripes down the side. Alright, don't do as I do, do as I say. Alright. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Oh, share now, Maya! No, it's midnight here for me. I've got to go. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it at a sensible time as well for the Europeans. I'm fascinated. I'm a photographer, so I find art overlap. Absolutely, yeah. Art, all the arts overlap, don't they? Art and life overlaps too sometimes. So yeah, no, I'll do it as a whole separate video. I don't want to, because it's going to be a record of, because I'm going to probably eventually throw out those sketches. So I'm going to take photographs, but also it would be interesting just to video it and have it as a historical kind of like record of it. So I'll do a separate video. Yeah. Right. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Thank you. And thanks for all the thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. I've got 41 thumbs ups. You guys are fabulous. Lots of love. Bye.